And people looking at him the whole time like, damn, they punking your ass up.
You gonna take that?
Yeah. They like, damn, boy, you ain't gonna say nothing back because he just says that he don't know what to say. We're gonna get you too. Oh, sure you are. Sure you are. Ooh! Well, woof woof to you too. Rough. Now, I'm being serious because I know it's an obvious joke, and I'm not. I mean, it might be stupid. You might laugh at it because you be laughing at my dumb ass. But I really did think that when I heard about this movie Greyhound, I really did think that it was about Tom Hanks being a bus driver.
I can see that. He's been a ship captain and an airline pilot.
Yeah, because I only glanced at this picture because it was coming up on the internet on certain websites, banners and whatnot. And I heard Greyhound. I just, of course, it's about him driving a Greyhound bus. I thought that captain's hat was a Greyhound bus driver's hat. I thought he was looking at a cracked windshield on the bus.
He takes his job seriously.
Yeah, yeah, man. Because I was still thinking of things like Sully.
Got an A320 diving for the river.
You did everything you could. It was more than enough.
When was your last drink, Captain Solberg? Have you had any troubles at home?
This is the captain. Brace for impact.
This is one where he landed a plane in some turbulent weather or something. So I thought, shit, I just assumed. I was like, well, shit, he's trying
downgrading
to
down.
Yeah, he's trying to get the bus back to the garage for the engine explodes or something.
I mean, next movie he'll be an ice cream man.
Yeah. I guess this is kind of the same. You got a Greyhound bus. You got a battleship here. It's not too much different. Yeah. They're the same name, Greyhound bus. You got a Greyhound battleship right here.
Look, he's not driving a bus. Get over it.
But I wanted that, man. I had my mind set on it, so I'm a little disappointed. I gotta be honest with you. He said got this big ass majestic ship, and I'm just like, yeah, can I get a ride? His name in this movie is Captain Ernst Krauss. He's given his first command aboard the ship called the Greyhound. I guess that's the SS Greyhound or something. I don't know. But, they must really believe in this dude because I believe on his first command. I don't know if it's his first day, but it's his first command. They say, well, you're not only getting on this ship to, take charge over all these young soldiers and these kids, but you leading a whole convoy across the Atlantic.
And he wasn't like, what?
Yeah. No, because he had a chick he's trying to impress.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that changed everything.
Yeah, shit, he's trying to get laid. He's like Elizabeth Shue. He's trying to get her to get to marry him and get her to follow him everywhere. And she's like, you go do your shit. And let's see where you are in about 6 months.
Oh,
oh, that's right. You didn't see this.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, Elizabeth Shue in the movie. Like he's like, hey, I got this big thing going on. I got, they making me captain of not just a ship but a whole convoy.
Iraq, Iraq.
Yeah, and she's like, you know what? That's cool, but let's wait and see if you're gonna f it up first. Let's see. So he's leading this convoy across the Atlantic. Now, the only catch here that we got, why he's leading the Greyhound is leading all these ships out there. There's a wolf that wants to eat his ass. German wolf U-boat out there. That's what they call him, the wolf. And they ain't gonna stop. They like these Germans, they want to start some shit. It's like we just gonna follow you around everywhere you go and just keep badgering your ass until you witness us right now. We are not gonna be satisfied until we start the biggest battle on sea known in World War II. And Captain Krauss, Tom Hanks, he's like, God damn, can I get settled in first? Shit, can I at least get on the ship before y'all start blasting and talking shit? Can I at least get to know the crew? And they're like, nope, not at all. Oh, man, you want to be the big shot around here. Let's see what you got. Welcome to your first day on the job.
Air escort to Greyhound. You will now be out of range of air cover for the next 5 days.
This was my first.
You see? Everybody's on there like, you didn't say that shit.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait. What did he just say?
You see, everybody is just kind of like, wait, what? You might as well get Captain Crunch up in this bitch right here. What the y'all didn't say that.
In 48 hours, we've lost 7 ships and 50 souls.
It feels like they were telling an actual story with this when the movie started. You know, with this, you got you know, you starts out with Tom Hanks trying to get with Elizabeth Shue right here. You know, he tells her, "Hey, look, like I said, he's like, man, I got this this high position right here." He thought I was gonna make her ass like just turn her moist, man. He's like, "Shit, they made me captain of my own boat right here. I'm getting stationed in all these great places like the Caribbean and Jamaica, Iraq, Eurasia." You know, and he's trying to like impress her, like, "Hey, you know, why don't you come with me? You know, I mean, if I do my job well, you might even want to marry me. You know, I might even be able to get down on the knee and propose to you." And she's just like, you know, let's just wait and see how the rest of the movie goes. You know, let's just see if you're gonna f this up real bad. You know, well, let's just wait. Let's not jump the gun right here. We still got another hour and 20 minutes to go. Let's see how this happens.
And this is your first day, right?
But once they're on that boat, they got 2 guys that are fighting. Tom Hanks has to bring him into the cabin, starts laying in on him. We about to find out what's going on with these 2 right here. And then somebody just busts in the room. "Captain, we're under attack!" And he's like, "Well, f this." Well,
You 2 ladies figure it out.
yeah. He's like, "I guess this shit gotta wait." And whatever story they had going on, because you don't find out anything about him and Elizabeth Shue at all for the rest of the movie. That shit ain't even addressed again. What these 2 knuckleheads are fighting about, that we don't ever find out. It's not important. We getting attacked by Nazi U-boats out here.
Well, I mean, that is kind of that would usurp everything else.
I just think, you know, what I'm saying is like in a movie,
Yeah.
they'll fight and they'll come back. You know, he'll call Elizabeth Shue or the 2 guys that were fighting. You know, while all of the wars going on and all these guys are under attack, these 2 guys that were fighting at one time, they'll realize that they work better together. One of them saved the other. You know,
that's cliche.
Yeah, you know, but you don't get. But shit, we don't even know who they are anymore.
Oh, okay.
They're gone. What you get is pretty much a straight up war film from that point on. And people are saying, "Well, shit, that's cool." I mean, that's what I'm here to see. I'm here to see a war film. That's what the trailer advertised for me. You know, let's get straight to the fighting, get to the action. I'm fine with that. And they do get to that. But beforehand, they got to make a few commands, you know, press some buttons, pull some levers, relay some messages, you know,
Of course.
chart some graphs. You know, it's I guess the point you like, damn. You know, usually in movies, we just start getting right into it. You know, prepping for a battle is very long and detailed.
Well, hell, you don't want to die.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know, no, listen to me. I'm talking about the movie.
Right,
like,
right.
These ain't real people now. You know,
It said inspired by true events.
this is a guy. These are actors and shit. All right, it's just like, you know, I'm looking at this shit and it's just like, all right, wow, man, it takes you know, so we kind of just prepping in real time for these. You know, I could have joined the Navy and done this shit. I guess maybe the payoff will be great when we get to the battle. But even when the fighting starts in this, it takes a while before you feel like you are actually part of the action, because they're sticking pretty much to the point of view of the crew and the people on the ship right here. You know, the Greyhound will torpedo an enemy that we don't see. And you'll hear boom, some cheers. You'll see an oil slick on the water, and you're like, well, shit, I guess we got him. You know, I don't know, but you don't get the glorious special effects of the ship blowing up underwater and all the bodies floating and people on fire and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really see all that. Again, because it's taking place from the point of view of the people on the ship while all these people are working together. Mm-hmm. You do see other ships getting attacked, but you usually see those ships getting attacked off in the distance because, again, you're on the ship looking at what's going on out there.
Okay, so it's giving you that experience.
Yeah, and it's not, you know, a fully submerged experience because not everything is in real time. It's a lot of preparation before they go into like actually, you know, fighting each other. But it's and it's not it's not one cut like 1917.
Yeah.
Anything like that. It's edited. Time passes, hours pass, so you're not fully feeling submerged, but at the same time, you're not. For anybody's going in looking for just like a straight up war movie where the fighting is loud and it's continuous and we're seeing all the graphic war is hell type imagery. You're not getting that right here. Because it looks good mainly because of the water that they have going on. Like the spectacle of pretty much the ocean vastness where all the ships are on there. And when they start fighting, it's almost like the water just instigating shit.
Yeah.
Water trying to start shit with people. Gonna let them talk to you like that?
Right. Two kids squaring off with each other, and one of them just pushes one to the other.
Like the ocean pushes one ship into another one. Yeah, you must fight. This is a lot of this is CG, but also, some of this I guess could count as again the cinematic scope of these fights. That's impressive. So I can see why Tom Hanks was kind of disappointed. Tom Hanks he came out and he's like, I wish this could have been on the big screen, but I'm glad I just didn't die of corona.
Yeah.
So I can see why. It's a good looking film, even though you might not be getting the being thrown into the action like you want to. So if you're looking for Saving Private Ryan on the water, then that's not what you're getting here. It takes about, they do eventually get into close range battles with each other. Mm-hmm. You do start to get in the middle of the fight after a while, but it takes about 40 minutes to get there. Mm-hmm. I was able to stop and look and see, because there's a moment where these huge ass bullets just start pelting the Greyhound. And it's like, okay, now this is probably what people are looking for. And then it starts to feel more like a traditional war film. Even at that point, it's pretty tame. You start to feel like you're right into it. You start to actually get all the surrounding sound with everything and whatnot. But even that is pretty brief after a moment, because that's not what they're trying to do. I tell you, the reasons why I think that the battles in here are relatively tame compared to the recent war movies that we've seen, because war movies now, they try to show you all the gory details with those.
Yeah. Yeah, Saving Private Ryan opened a whole new door.
Oh yeah, no, none of that, that glorious heroic John Wayne shit where everybody's standing on the beach and bullets just flying by. Mm-hmm. You do that shit, you're gonna lose a jaw and an eye and an arm and a leg. Mm-hmm. That's what happens here, man. Is that they try to like get into that without really going into it, man. It's a PG-13 movie.
Okay.
It's a PG-13 film, so the blood and the gore is not the point. Mm-hmm. The worst violence we see, it's not even somebody getting hit. A bullet hits some glass, and the glass hits the person in the face.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I tell you, they even like once the glass hits them, another soldier comes up and is like, "Hey man, don't show all that goddamn blood. We trying to do is get us an R rating." You can't see your jaw falling off.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're careful not to show you any kind of gore. It's not that kind of movie. You get one person saying, that's it.
Okay.
They hint at they don't show it. They hint at a horrible mutilation in this movie. You see some of the effects, and most of the horror comes from Tom Hanks right here. Tom Hanks is looking at that and he's like, God damn, they f***ed that person up. And I was in Saving Private Ryan. I saw a lot of shit. This is a movie about a guy who just got to his command, pretty much first day on the job, and it's about his leadership. Now, this is a guy that gets on there, and when he gets on, it's not even noon before somebody comes in and says, yeah, there's some shit about to go down.
Can I finish my lunch?
No. Lunch, he was barely finished with breakfast. And I'm not even lying. He had a black dude just came out and served him breakfast. Looking like the creamy wheat man. Just came out and put a plate down in front of him and served him breakfast and he did not get. First of all, he looked irritated because these two dudes are fighting. He's like, God damn y'all, can y'all just let me settle in and finish my breakfast? And before he can even settle things with these guys, then shit starts to go down. And it's a guy who, I mean, he doesn't even know these people's names yet.
Mm-hmm.
He's constantly people's names up on this ship. The crew, he has not gained that confidence yet. And he's not very confident himself. I mean, he has enough to worry about while trying to deploy a lot of ships under his leadership here. Much less have to like gain the confidence of a crew that normally they would be able to like get at least a few days to get to know him better. And plus, on top of that, it really doesn't help that the Germans just keep with him.
Yeah, it's funny because looking at it, I was like, okay, so the Germans, they got wolves, hungry wolves, and skulls and swastikas painted on their boats to make them look extra evil, whereas the American boats they're just nice.
Yeah, yeah. What they look like?
We're just the nice guys, but those guys are mean.
Yeah. What the hell look like? Your ship looks like a Greyhound bus. And they fuck with this dude, man. It is some petty shit.
Are we having a bad day?
It's like crank calls. It gets to a point that like, sir, it's for you. Like, fuck shit. What? Hello?
Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
If it only was that nice. It's just like, yeah, what do you want? Hello. Hello. We're still going to you up. Hello. We're going to kill you. I mean, they really are. I'm serious. It's almost like the Jokers on the other end. We're going to kill you. I mean, there is an actual line in there where some shit went down and people died, and they going into the next day, and they come in again, sir. He's like, I don't give it here. What do you want? And the guy, I mean,
what now?
They are being shitty. The guy, I'm not lying. He started even acting like wolves. They said, "Hello, did you think we were gone? No, we're still going to kill you. You will hear the screams of the children on that sub." Oh no! And it's just like, you mother. I was like, you need to get these people, man, just to get them to shut the up. And people looking at him the whole time like, damn, they punking your ass up.
You gonna take that?
Yeah. They like, damn, boy, you ain't gonna say nothing back, because he just says that he don't know what to say. Well, we're gonna get you too. Oh, sure you are. Sure you are. Well, woof woof to you too. Rough. Sorry, they're gone. You have a war film. You do have a war film that has Hollywood visuals, but not a Hollywood story. With this thing here, it's more of a character piece. It's focused on one central character, and it's focused on his leadership. You don't even really get to know the rest of the crew that much. I mean, which is, again, depending on what you're looking for, it can be good or bad. Because you're avoiding all those cliches that we talked about, like with these movies. But
because like if you see Midway, it's just full of those cliches.
Okay, this is the anti-Midway then, because it is so focused on Captain Ernst that the other characters it's pretty much them just doing their job. It's not like they didn't write the characters well. It's a guy who's supposed to keep these people in line, keep them doing their jobs, keep them from panicking, and that's pretty much it. I mean, think about something like Dunkirk. Well, Dunkirk, it was, you're just following these soldiers doing their thing.
Right, right.
If Dunkirk appealed to you, then this might actually appeal to you too. Some of the cliches that you have here that they avoid completely. Like, there's one kid in here that Tom Hanks and the rest of his crew, you can tell they hate this kid because he's like the scared soldier.
Yeah.
And in any other movie, he'd be the one to get somebody killed, mess up something on the ship, or he'd be the scared guy to come in and save the day later on, step up. But he's up so much that everybody just looks at him. And finally somebody says, you do this one more goddamn time. I dare you up one more time. From that point, it's like, okay. and he's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. He gets back and does his job. They scared that motherfucker straight, but he goes back and does his job. There's no cliches like that in there.
Okay.
They just
That's good.
Yeah, to me, I thought it was a good thing. So other people might see lack of character, but the point of that is that Tom Hanks plays a leader where he's supposed to go in and hold it down for everybody. He's supposed to instill confidence in the crew. He even tells one person who also starts to panic. He says, "Remember your training," and that's his job. And so what you do see here is a guy who he's. Some people see him as being experienced enough to do this job. Some people, they are confident enough for him to do this job, but he wonders, I don't even know if I'm capable of doing this. It's like, even people like commending him on like, wow, anybody would have cracked under this shit.
Yeah.
So the focal point is him and how this one guy has to hold everything down for this huge battle, one of the biggest battles to be done at sea during World War II. Now, as I said, does that always translate well? No, because you already asked Stephen Graham. You do want to see more done with people like Stephen Graham because, again, this is sort of, you get the feeling at the beginning of the movie like Stephen Graham's character, he's second in command. And you get the feeling that there's going to be a Spock Captain Kirk thing going on with them.
Yeah.
William Shatner thing going on. It's like, that's not even developed because, again, like I said, it's almost like the movie was doing something and it just got attacked by another film and they didn't get to go back to what it is that they were doing before.
Okay.
I appreciate that aspect of it because it does avoid a lot of the things that we get tired of seeing in war films, the things that are starting to reach that point where it's like, all right, this is predictable. This is something where I've seen it so many times that even though it might be cool, let's try to do something a little different. And Tom Hanks wrote this script, so I think that's that's probably why he sent it to shit on him.
Hey, Tom, wasn't my part bigger when I first read this script?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but I do think it was written to like not be your typical war film out there. What they want to do is show you somebody, give you the tension that you're supposed to get is by putting yourself in the position of this man who at any moment could, if he dies, everything falls apart. And that's a lot to be on one person right there. Now, if you want to know my real complaint about the movie, because some of that other stuff, again, as I said, is not for everybody who's looking for a more traditional war film. But this is something that it does not appeal to me. They don't show you this in the trailer. That trailer, it's probably put together in these days to not show this because they know nobody wants to see this shit. But Rob Morgan, you know what Rob Morgan is?
Yeah, great actor.
Yes, he is. He's in the movie.
Okay.
Now you would think like, oh shit, Rob Morgan being a great actor, he would have a major role in this film. You'd think that maybe he's like the first black soldier on this ship or something.
He often gets small parts, but he's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, I understand that he's getting small parts, but goddamn, you didn't have to make this motherfucker cream of wheat, man, right?
Oh, that's his role?
Boy, his Rob Morgan, who is an up-and-coming great actor, that brother, in this movie right here, y'all know I don't like subservient roles like this anyway. I mean, I know that actors got to take jobs. I know that this...
And for the time period.
That's how it was for the time period, but I don't want to see that shit. All right, especially when you got this movie about all these heroes and this dude who's supposed to be up and coming. This Negro is constantly serving in this movie. This brother keeps a tray in his hand through this whole movie. Keeps a tray in his hand. And after every battle, come in and with a different entree. Well, sir, I got corned beef and hash sandwich for you, sir. Oh, sir, that was crazy, wasn't it? You ain't eat all day. I got a bacon and egg sandwich for you, sir. So you got to get something up in you. I made some more sandwiches, sir. I was like, God damn. His role in the movie was to read a menu. I'm sorry, y'all. I know people it's not going to matter to some people, and I get it, but that guy's an awesome actor, and I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. What you see right here is what he's doing, serving. Throughout the whole film. It's a thankless role that should be for somebody who, and he would, if he was here today, like he'd tell me straight up, look, man, I just took what I had. I gotta work, all right?
Right.
I ain't shaming him for taking it.
Yeah, he was like, you don't turn down being in a Tom Hanks picture. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not him. I don't know what conditions he took it under. I'm not even trying to shame this person for taking it. I understand people got to take their roles, but I just feel bad looking at it like, damn, man.
I mean, and it could be initially he had more, but once they start editing it down, they were like, well, this breaks the flow. It's got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, if you saw the movie, you realize there wasn't much more to it. I mean, maybe there was some more dinners to serve. Maybe some more sandwiches to make. That's one of the biggest complaints I have with it, because all the other stuff can be debatable. I will say that maybe when I told you about all the levers and the buttons they had to push and them relaying messages back and forth, because they do all this stuff. Press a button, pull a lever, commander tell me what to do, relay this back to that guy, and then they do all that, and then they do it all over again. That is not going to be for some people. I will say that right now. It might drag a little bit. But if you're a fan of Tom Hanks, even Tom Hanks doesn't have a whole lot to do beyond what he's doing as far as commanding this ship. It's a movie of urgency. I guess the best way to break it down is if you are looking for a bloody, straight out, nonstop, combat-filled war film on the side of something that we see lately. The more rated R graphic war films where you get to see people's limbs blow off and guts hanging out and all that kind of stuff. You're not getting that here. Not at all. Not at all. This is I would dare say that this is something even a little more family oriented. But if you're willing to give this a chance on the level of, all right, all that stuff has ran its course with me. Let's go ahead and see the war from another narrative perspective. Then this would probably be for you. It is worth a look. It certainly is. If I had gone to see this on the big screen, we would have been saying like, man, it looks great up there. Mm-hmm. This is amazing. But watching it on Apple Plus, which is where it is right now, Apple Plus TV or whatever it is, I was fine watching it that way. Not bad at all, man. Kind of fresh as far as their take on war, and I give it a matinee.
Boy, and your wrap up, I feel like I was on one of those boats because you kept saying, but, I was like, which way?
Martin, don't let me get started on your wrap ups. You repeat shit over and over again.
Well, just because I need to. No, I'm not talking about. I'm not on you about repeating things, Professor Ass. I'm just saying. you
God damn, I got to be Professor Ass.
Man, you trying to insult me? I'm just saying how you were like, this is positive, but this is negative. But this is positive, but this is negative. And I was just like, which way is he going to land on this?
Well, it's hard to see how people are going to fall on this, because what's going to be one person's positive is going to be somebody else's negative, definitely.
Yeah.
Because you're just not, because of the way this is advertised. Because they're not telling you that this is Tom Hanks and his movie about commanding this ship. They're making it look like you're going in to see all these epic ship battles. And yeah, they're there, but not in the capacity that you get. So that's why it's a little tricky, because that's why you gotta let people know, like, you will enjoy this if you're looking for something that is not of the ordinary.